Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday. If you are watching this on the day that it's being posted and you're in the United States, happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate. I don't normally post on Thursdays, but I do like to put videos up on some of these more major holidays for those of you that don't celebrate for either religious reasons or you may not have people to celebrate with. You might do something small and then other people have to go to work, so you're by yourself. I've been there for all of that. And I just like to put something up to keep people company on the holiday. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video. It's a combination of two videos that I do very often, which is an unboxing, and then we're also going to kit this one up. So I thought we could unbox this one together and kit it up because the diamondartclub kits on Amazon are currently, I believe, 20% off for the Black Friday holiday, which Black Friday has been so weird this year. Like, it's been so early. I don't like it. But anyway, this is a kit that I picked up, I believe, on the last Prime Day sale. I think they were maybe 15% off. And I've been holding on to it until we got a little bit closer to Christmas. So I thought this would be a good time to take a look at this one. I am pre-filming this. It's currently Monday, and I am working on my current whip, which is Christmas Drink, also from diamondartclub, but I only have one section left, so I have a good feeling that I'll be able to squeeze in this small kit over the next few days. So this one is Christmas Ornaments by Eau Claire Studio. It's a 22.8 centimeter by 22.8 centimeter, and it is a round. So let's take a look and see what we're working with. And then I'll take a little pause and get everything together so we can just move right into a kitting up. All right, I've been very excited about this one. What do we got here? Oh, I got another trading card. Do you get these in all kits now? Do the trading cards come in everything? Because I thought it was supposed to be like a special thing. But I feel like every newer kit that I've opened has had it in there. Okay, so we do have the new toolkit, which has the twisty pen, the putty. I've opened a few of these on my channel now if you just want to look back at a couple of other Diamond Art Club unboxings. I have gone into a bit more detail with that one. I have the trading card for this one. These are neat. I have them around my cover minder boards. I think I keep getting the gold ones though. I think that's all I've gotten. There is a website, and once you accumulate a few of these, you can go onto the website and then you can redeem them for gift cards. And I think the biggest redemption is for a custom kit. But you have to have like a certain number of the different types. So this is a gold one. I think there's a black and I don't know what the other one is, but all I have is gold. So I'm not redeeming them for anything just yet, but I do have a few kits sitting around that I haven't opened yet, so maybe I'll have something in there. Next up, we have the newer sticker sheet. So we have the logbook sticker. This gives you a picture of the image. We have a start, end date, and then you have some of the other bits of information. And then we have our pre-cut labels for our containers. We will keep that handy because we'll be using it soon. And let's crack open this diamond painting. I do want to apologize for sounds that you may be hearing. It is very busy outside of our house right now. I don't understand what's happening. We live in a very quiet neighborhood. Oh, this is so cute. We live in a very quiet neighborhood, but there's like electrical company trucks. There's traffic control going on. I don't know. Weird day in our neighborhood. Look at how cute this is. It's so tiny. Oh my goodness. I want to try to roll it one more time. How many colors were in this thing? Because I feel like, well, that didn't help very much, did it? There are 48 colors in this teeny tiny diamond painting. Oh my goodness. This is so cute. Okay, so, gosh, the legends are just so weird to me now. Now that we have 6,000s, we have the fairy dust drill. It looks like this one still has the ABs listed at the top. That is something new that they've started moving them down to the bottom, but I see 114, so it looks like we still have the ABs at the top for this one. Even though there's a ton of colors, there are not very many of them. I want to see if I can find our special drills. So obviously we have greens, blue, we have some reds, teeny tiny bag of 310. 319 I feel like is a color I don't see very often. I love that darker green. I guess you see it more in landscapes, but I love 319. It's such a pretty color. What else do we have? Greens. Okay, we have our first fairy dust, which is yellow. How many fairy dusts do we have? 3. Okay. They must be at on that last section there, because I don't think I've missed any other ones. Blues, greens, more reds. Here we go. We have this very light green. We have our AB 114, very pretty bright color. We have a light green, and I think that's everything. All right, well, let's take a look at where some of these special drills go. So 114 is that AB, it's symbol number 1 on the canvas. And I see that in the ornament bulbs. Yeah, both of them. Right along the top here, there's a couple on the side, and then kind of the same area on this one. And I'm also seeing just a few down here on this bottom one. I totally just lost my train of thought. Obviously, the ABs are kind of being used to show, you know, the shiny coating on an ornament, especially when the light is reflecting on it. So I think that that's a really pretty placement. I'll be interested to see how that looks with the other reds around it, if it's going to be a little bit off in the coloring, but I do like that they put the red AB in there. Next up, we have the second green that I showed you, so not the super light one, but the other one. That's Z989, and that's the heart symbol. That is just all throughout the branches. Like wherever you see kind of like a medium green, that's the heart symbol. So we have a bunch through here. There's also some up here, just kind of giving that glisten to the branches. So that will be very pretty. The lightest green that I showed you is what I call the bacon symbol. Looks like 2 strips of bacon right there. I'm assuming we'll probably also see that in the background, but I'm looking. Okay, I see just a few. So there's a couple just like dotted in this top corner. There's also some here in the middle. And then it looks like they're using that light green to hang the ornament. So like the little hanger thing is that really light green shade. I also see a few down here in this corner. And then the final fairy dust is the yellow, which is the capital letter H. And that's just kind of all throughout the branches. Wherever you see this yellow shade, just a few kind of thrown in some spots. So we have some here, there's some right here in this middle part. There's also a couple on that top part of the ornament. I don't know, the thing that has like the prongs that then turns into the hook, if that makes sense. There's a few there. And then there's also a few down in these areas here. So pretty generous on the special drills. I think it's going to add some really nice sparkle to the kit. I'm very excited to get this one kitted up. So I'm going to pause here just for a little bit, and I'll come back with everything I need to get this one up, and we will work on that together. All right, I am back, and I think I've acquired everything I need to kit up this diamond painting. I have a dryer sheet, I have some washi tape, I have some containers, scissors, drills. I think we're good to go. So I am running very low on storage containers because I have not kitted down since like August. I think I have honestly 9 to 10 kits that are currently in storage containers, and they're just sitting on the bed in our spare bedroom, which is where I am right now. And that's just honestly so freaking ridiculous. Like, I really need to do a kit down. I just cannot be bothered, if I'm being honest with you guys. So I am going back to the OGs. These were the first storage containers I ever bought. They're the connected ones, like sets of 4. We do have 48 colors, but obviously there's not a huge quantity of any of them. So I think we should be able to make this work. Yeah, I think 2 will work, but I grabbed 3 just in case I had to do any splitting a bag into 2 containers. We'll see as we go, but I am going to go ahead and use these. I did also grab some green washi tape for the containers. I like to put this down before my labels. It just makes kitting down so much easier. The first thing I like to do is to trim my labels. I do not like to use the column that's just like numbered 1 through however many colors we have. I much prefer to just have the symbol and the DMC. So I do like to trim that off before I get going, and then I will also cut my drills and organize those. So let's go ahead and do that. I did notice when we were unboxing this one that there was quite a bit of static, so I preemptively grabbed a dryer sheet. So hopefully we can kind of nip that in the bud. Like I said at the start of this video, I am still working on my other Diamond Art Club kit, but I have half of a section left. So this kit will sit at least for the rest of today. Probably won't start working on it until tomorrow, which in real time for me is Tuesday. So hopefully if these are sitting in the containers with a dryer sheet, that will help take care of all of the static. So what I'm doing here is I'm just cutting the drill bags off of the chain, and I'm just sorting them into hundreds. So all the 300s together, all the 400s together, and so on. Which shouldn't take too long here. 38. This just makes it so much easier for me. I will say, you know, Diamond Art Club has been making all these changes, and personally, have they all been necessary changes? I don't really think so. And I'm speaking in terms of like the new perforated cover, and you know, the new toolkit is cool. Did we really need it? No, in my opinion, not really. But what I would love to see them do is bag their drills in freaking numerical order. That is a change that I would 100% welcome. Like, you know, Dreamer Designs, all of those drills, regardless of the bag size, they're always in order. I wish Diamond Art Club would make that change. I think that one would be pretty well received by most, if I'm being honest with you. I almost cut a piece of my hair. 6,000. We're on our last strip here. $3.19. Okay. Oh, I didn't have a pile of 600s yet. 800, 503, 554, 312, and 815. Okay, let me just move these around a little bit so we have some room to work with. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 33, 36, 37, 38, 6,000, and our fairy dust. Perfect. All right, let me bring this container forward. Just gonna move stuff up a little bit. Perfect. That should work just fine. All right, let's get into this. Now, I did go ahead and pull a Thanksgiving tag. Hopefully you guys aren't tired of my tag questions just yet. They just help me so much. I've talked about this before. Like, I do share, I don't want to say a lot because I don't share a lot, but I do share parts of my real life outside of diamond painting. But I don't share a ton about my work. I work for a school district, so it's just not something that I'm really comfortable sharing a lot about. Steven also works for a school district, so I don't, you know, talk too much. It's kind of, you're always waiting for like somebody that you work with to find out you have a YouTube channel. And not that I do anything wrong, because I don't. But there are just certain aspects of my life that I don't share online. And that can make it somewhat difficult to find things to talk about. So I love my tag questions. So I did go ahead and find a set of Thanksgiving tag questions. I cannot remember if I did this last year. And if I did do this last year, I can't remember if these are the questions. So apologies if some of these seem redundant, but I can't reach my garbage. Got it. We're gonna roll with it. So let me turn my iPad on. And it looks like there's 20 questions. We'll see how far into this kit we get with the 20 questions. Before I do that, let me go ahead and cut up some dryer sheets so I can just grab and go. It's so funny because I asked you guys so long ago about how you get rid of, not confetti, oh my gosh, how you get rid of static. And they were all great ideas, but have I tried a single one? No. Not because I don't trust you guys, because I'm lazy. So apologies if you're tired of seeing me cut up my little pieces of dryer sheets. It's nothing personal. It's just the easiest thing, you know? I still do want to try the, what is it? The rubbing alcohol one? Because a lot of you guys recommended that. I just haven't bought a bottle just yet. Okay. Come on, scissors, you can do it. There we go. Almost done. Let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about the Black Friday releases. Obviously, I'm in the past for you guys, so you know what has been previewed so far. But let me know your thoughts, because so far, as of Monday, nothing for me just yet. Okay, so the first question is, if you were a side dish, which would you be? And that is such an easy question, because I would 100% be mashed potatoes. I could eat mashed potatoes for every freaking meal. And it's so funny because I don't really love, I mean, I love potatoes, right? But I don't love other types of potatoes the way that I love mashed potatoes. Like, I'm not a big baked potato fan. I'll eat them, but I'm not going crazy for a baked potato. I like French fries, but I'm not going crazy for French fries. But if you put a pot of mashed potatoes in front of me, you bet your bottom dollar that I'm eating my weight in mashed potatoes. So, and I make delicious mashed potatoes, and I will be making them for our Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm already looking forward to it. Okay, second question is, if you could invite any 3 people, dead or alive, to the Thanksgiving table, who would it be? Now, I kind of want to answer this question like 2 ways, because there are some family members that have passed away when I was very young that I would love to, I would just love to have a Thanksgiving meal with them. Some of them again, and some of them for the first time. So I'm going to answer this 2 ways. I'm going to do like family members, and then I'm also going to just do like a celebrity famous person edition. So for my family, I would love, there are 3 people that immediately come to mind. My nanny, which is my maternal grandmother. She passed away when I was 16, or maybe I was 15 turning, oh yeah, I was 15. So she passed away in March. So I was 15. I would have been turning 16 that November. And my nanny just, she was the bee's knees. I get so many of my like pastime activities from her. Her and I were always crafting and painting and doing all kinds of stuff together. She used to love collecting movies, and I used to love collecting movies. Like, there's so much that I feel like I get from her. I would love to have a Thanksgiving meal with her. I honestly, like, I don't remember Thanksgiving meals that well from when I was young. I vaguely recall like my mother's parents, her mother and stepfather, they would like each year kind of alternate between the houses. So my mother has a brother and 5 sisters, I think. And they all had kids. So like for all the holidays, it was kind of like a rotation of where my nanny and poppy would go. So I don't really recall if they came to our house for Thanksgiving. I feel like they must have at some point. I know when we lived in Virginia, which is when I was very small, because fun fact, I was born in Virginia. I know that they had come down. Obviously my birthday is right around Thanksgiving. So I do recall them coming to Virginia, but I just don't really recall if we had them for Thanksgiving once we moved back up to New York. But I would love to have a Thanksgiving dinner with my nanny. Also, her mother, my great-grandma, I was gonna say her last name. My great-grandmother, because we always called her grandma last name. Anyway, so when I was younger, I used to spend a ton of time with my nanny because my mother worked in a big city, which happened to be the city where my grandmother lived. So in the summer, she would drop me off there on her way to work, or if I was sick, I would go to nanny's house and she would drop me there on her way to work. So when my nanny's mother, my great-grandmother, was still alive, she obviously at the end of her life, she ended up living in a nursing home, but my grandmother would go visit her all the time. So I used to end up going with her all the time. So I was very fortunate that I was very close to my great-grandmother. And I remember her very, very well. But I feel like it would be so nice to just talk to her as an adult. You know, like my grandmother passed away when I was quite young. She was very young. She was only 70. I feel like I just kind of wish that I got to know some of my older relatives as an older person. Because I love spending time with my nanny and my great-grandmother, but also would I have valued it so much more if I was a little bit older? Probably. So my nanny and my great-grandmother, and then I have a great-aunt Margaret, which is on my dad's side, and oh man, she was just the bee's knees. We actually lived with her when we moved up from Virginia. She kind of had like a downstairs apartment built into her house. So while my parents were getting settled, and my dad had a job when we came up here, but I think my mother was looking for a job, and you know, they were just trying to get everything settled. We lived with her, and she was just the greatest. She was so amazing. If you have seen the pictures that I post around holidays and stuff where I decorate a hutch that's in my house, that was my great Aunt Margaret's. And I was like, it still blows my mind that I was given that hutch, because I know, like, when we lived with her, I just loved that hutch. And the fact that it was left to me just kind of blows my mind. Like, I would always just admire it. And I guess maybe that's why it became mine, because I don't know, it was going to someone who loved it as much as she did. I don't really know, but I feel very lucky to have that connection to her. I also have a necklace that was hers that I used to wear every day when I was younger. She also like sculpted and painted, so I have some of her creations as well. So I would say, for like the first version of this question that I'm going to answer, which is if you could invite 3 people dead or alive to Thanksgiving, who would it be? It would definitely be my nanny, her mother, my great grandmother, and my great Aunt Margaret. So that would be so cool. I would love to just have the 3 of them in one place where I could just talk to all of them. And then I'm going to answer this question again in just like a, you know, anybody in the world. I would love to have a Thanksgiving dinner with JFK, which, if you're not like, if you're new to my channel, you're probably like, what? But I wrote a paper on JFK when I was in middle school. And ever since then, I just have an infatuation with the Kennedy family, particularly like the JFK section of the family. So like JFK, JFK Jr., Jackie Kennedy, but I also, you know, love RFK. I'm not saying RFK Jr., the original RFK. But yeah, okay, sorry about that. I got a text message. So where was I? I was talking about JFK, I think. So yes, JFK would be number 1. This is a tough one. This is going to be such a weird little mix. I would love to invite Kip Moore. He is like my favorite singer of all time. I love Kip Moore. I have seen him live, I want to say 3 times. His voice, I have talked about him before. I am not like necessarily a fangirl. I wouldn't consider myself. I mean, I definitely have people that I'm a fan of, but for Kip Moore, like when his new albums come out, I'm ordering like the special edition with the, you know, autograph. Like I still buy a CD of his, and I don't even listen to CDs anymore, because then you get like the autographed little insert booklet. And I've met him before, which was crazy. I love him. So I feel like I have to say Kip Moore. And then for a third person, oh gosh, I don't know. I was like all prepared to answer this question 2 ways, and now I'm like, who's the third person? I guess it doesn't have to be somebody famous, but who else would it be? Ooh, I don't know. Now you got me thinking. So JFK, Kip Moore, and Henry Cavill. Yeah. Definitely Henry Cavill. Or the Queen. I feel like it would have been nice to know the Queen. She just seems like a I don't know. I feel like, okay, I'll go with Henry Cavill. That's a bit more realistic than the Queen. What an eclectic Thanksgiving dinner. But yes, those would be my 3 like famous people. All right, question 3. What would you name a pet turkey? I like alliteration, so I feel like it would have to be like Tucker the turkey or Tina the turkey. Tucker and Teeny. Tucker and Tina the turkeys. That's my turkey couple. Who are you thankful for? Oh boy. I'm gonna get a little mushy because, like, I'm very thankful for my dad. I'm very thankful for my sister, my nieces, like, so many people in my life am I thankful for. But I am honestly going to go with Steven. If you're new here, Steven's my boyfriend. We've been together for many, many years. And, oh gosh, I just dropped my washi tape. Steven was the first person that came into my life as an adult. Obviously, I had other boyfriends before I met Steven, but he was the first person that came into my life and was literally just in it for me. I have a very difficult background. I had a difficult childhood. A lot of things within my family, and you know, I had relationships with people in my family that just weren't good and weren't healthy. And Steven came in and just started seeing things that, you know, other people saw and just didn't say anything about, or, you know, didn't want to rock the boat. And he really changed my life, and I'm just so grateful to him. He helped me realize that, like, my phone is acting up today, guys. I'm so sorry. This video is going to end up being so choppy, and I do apologize for that. I need to get that figured out before I start my December daily videos. Anyway, I was talking about Steven, and now I don't remember what I was saying, but he changed my life. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know genuinely, like, where I would be without Steven. And I don't mean that in a way of, like, I wouldn't be on Earth. I don't feel that way, but I don't know, like, literally where I would be. Like, what I would be doing, where I would be living. He, I guess, just made me see the value more in my life. You know, like, I don't just exist to serve people just because they're my blood relatives. So hopefully that makes sense. Not to get super deep on Thanksgiving, but I'm very grateful for Steven. I'm grateful for him every day, and I lucked out. He's just an amazing person. If you had to describe yourself as a parade float, what character would you be? Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Could I be a bowl of mashed potatoes? Like, I told you guys, I love my mashed potatoes. I would be like, I would be like a couch potato. Not mashed potatoes, a couch potato. I'm not even a couch potato, but I do like to just chill. So, what's the funniest thing that happened to you this year? Oh gosh. I don't know. The last few years just haven't been like, haha, funny. So nothing really sticks out as being the funniest thing that's happened to me. So I think I'm probably going to pass on that question. What impacted you the most this year? I don't know. Oh gosh. I don't really know, honestly. Nothing is really coming to mind for that one either. The next question is stuffing or filling? I do not like stuffing. Stuffing is a hard pass for me. I don't really like Thanksgiving food. I don't eat turkey. I don't like stuffing. I don't like cranberry sauce. I just don't like a lot of Thanksgiving meal pieces. So, but then I also don't like pie. So, like, stuffing or filling? Or does it mean like, are there two ways to interpret that question? I'm taking it as like stuffing, like the item of stuffing, or like the filling of a pie. Is that how you guys take that question? Because neither. That's the answer, neither. One year that describes the year you had. Oof. Surviving. Mediocre. It wasn't like a bad year, but it also wasn't a great year. Some things that I've really been wanting in my life. I'm going to throw my phone out the window because I was able to record so much yesterday. I did a huge Cozy Crafty Sunday. Never got a storage full. I've deleted all those videos because I transferred them to my iPad. And now it's like, oh, you don't have enough to film. What the heck? Anyway, the next question is pumpkin or apple pie? As I touched on, I do not like pie, so neither. I always blow some people's minds when I talk about not liking pie in my videos, but yes, I do not like pie. I am, however, making an apple pie for Thanksgiving this year. My dad asked me to bring a pie, so I'm gonna do that. 7:34. All right, next question. Would you rather eat your Thanksgiving dinner with your hands or through a straw? Oh my God. I guess through a straw. I cannot stand eating or people around me eating with their hands. Like even for pizza, I use a fork and knife. So I guess through a straw. Yikes. What's a memory from the past year you never want to forget? Ugh. Again, this year's honestly just been a little mediocre. So I don't know that I have an unforgettable memory or something worthy of being an unforgettable memory. What's the one thing you still want to accomplish this year? My 24 books for 2024 list. I'm definitely not going to finish my 24 kits for 2024, but maybe I could finish my 24 books that I picked out. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year? Oh my gosh. Probably the frickin' Chiefs. Somebody's going to pay it off so the Chiefs can win. Probably the Chiefs. It's definitely not going to be the 49ers. They're not even my team, but I don't know. Football this year hasn't been too great, if I'm being honest. I'm not a Bills fan, but as a New Yorker, I wouldn't mind seeing the Bills do well. But yeah, I don't really have a football team anymore, so that I follow. Is it acceptable to start celebrating Christmas before Thanksgiving? Yes. Say it with me, people. Yes. It has been Christmas here since 9 p.m. on October 31st. It makes me happy, so I'm doing it. Where does Thanksgiving rank on your favorite holidays? Honestly, towards the bottom. I don't like the food. Of course, I like being with family, but my family isn't able to get together every year. I mean, like my immediate family. It's like my sister and my nieces and my brother-in-law. They alternate between 3 different places every year. So it's either my brother-in-law's family, my dad, or my mom. And it's, you know, it's a little bit sad when you don't get to see them for Thanksgiving. So every 3 years, usually we're able to have a Thanksgiving together, but, I don't know. I just don't love Thanksgiving. We could just skip Thanksgiving and move on to Christmas in my book. Favorite Thanksgiving memory from years past. I don't know that I have like a distinct memory. I do always love, like I remember when I was younger, we would always have the parade going on in the background. So I guess probably just watching the parade as a family. I remember doing that quite a bit. Oh, also touching back on the previous question about where does Thanksgiving rank in your list of holidays. I hate when my birthday is on Thanksgiving. So I feel like kind of some of my resentment comes from that, because I hate that I have to like, I feel like your birthday should be your day, right? Every year it's like the one day of the year where you can kind of do what you want. You know, at least that's how I feel like birthday should be. It's a day to celebrate you, so I feel like you should be able to do what you want to do. So I hate when my birthday falls on Thanksgiving, because then it's not about me, it's about the Thanksgiving dinner. So I feel like maybe that's where some of my resentment for Thanksgiving comes from. What question was I on? Favorite Thanksgiving memory, right? Yeah, I don't know that I have an actual, like, vivid favorite Thanksgiving memory. By the way, these drills are so freaking staticky. They are annoying me very much, but we're gonna push through. Yeah, I guess kind of just, like, in general, like, watching the parade. I've always enjoyed doing that. Even though it's so commercialized these days, it's still kind of, like, nostalgic. I still enjoy turning it on in the morning while we're getting ready. But like my family, I didn't grow up in like a big football family where, you know, you would sit down and watch the football game together or anything like that. So what's the next big thing you're excited about? Black Friday, Diamond Art Club releases, Black Friday shopping, spending my birthday money. I don't really know. Stephen and I do have a couple of plans of like things that we'd like to do to the house next year. So I guess maybe that is a big thing that I'm kind of looking forward to. Oh my gosh. I am not feeling this kitting up, you guys. Not to bring bad vibes to your Thanksgiving day, but oh my god, I am not vibing with this at all. This is so bad. I'm actually gonna pause here for a second. Sorry to give you guys another cut to sit through, but I'm gonna pause here for a second. I need to like chill for a minute. All of like my camera filling up and the drills being all static. Let me just regroup and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I've calmed down a little bit. I did go ahead and keep kitting up just a few colors, so you didn't have to listen to me rant and rave about static for too long. But I will just say, Diamond Art Club needs to figure out what's going on with their static, man. Like, I'm willing to look past static to a certain extent, but it's every single Diamond Art Club kit that I kit up that has just massive amounts of static. Like, some are better than others, but something's going on. I don't know, but it's frustrating, and it almost makes you just not want to work on a Diamond Art Club, because I know that kitting up is just going to be a nightmare, and I know it's not fun for you guys to just watch me spaz out about being upset about the static. So something's gotta happen here. I've noticed that it seems like they no longer put that tiny little hole in the bag anymore, and I don't know if that has something to do with the increased amount of static, but some of these bags, it's just like the drills are pasted on to the side of the bag because of the static. It's just frustrating. Anyway, where were we? What's something you accomplished this year? Is that the question I left off on? I don't really feel like I've accomplished much. If I'm being honest with you, I've kind of been struggling just like with myself about where I had envisioned where I would be at the end of 2024. And unfortunately, things just haven't gone to plan. in like my personal life, and that can be upsetting. And I don't know, I just don't feel like 2024 was the best year for Laura. So maybe I can do better in 2025. I don't really know. I just, like, it was fine. Like, you know, my personal relationships are fine. Work is fine. I don't love work right now. I'm kind of in a bit of a work funk, but, you know, nothing egregious happened. Obviously, my grandfather passed away, but, you know, he was over 90 years old, and yes, it's sad, but also he lived a decent life. So I don't know. I don't really feel like I've accomplished the things that I want to accomplish on a greater scale. You know, like, am I content? Sure. But do I feel like I'm well on the way to achieving my lifetime goals? No, not really. So we'll just have to see how 2025 goes. The next question is quite religious, so I'm just going to pass on that. I'm not overly religious to begin with. I also don't love speaking about stuff like that on the internet. That's a personal preference. I support everybody's beliefs, religious or not. Let me take that back. I do not support anybody or everybody's beliefs, but I support people being able to express their religious beliefs. I just personally would prefer not to. So the last question I will not be answering. It says, through who or what have you seen Jesus work most clearly this year? That's just a pass of a question for me. So that is our Thanksgiving tag. Yes, I did get cut off again. No, I cannot figure out why. I need to go sit down and take a look at what's happening with my phone, but we're almost done. We have a handful of colors left, a couple handfuls of colors left. So we're gonna try to push through. Hopefully I can film this all in one clip. I must have like something hidden somewhere that's taking up storage, and I can't figure out what it is, because if you saw my Cozy Crafty Sunday on last Sunday, that video was over an hour long, and I filmed that entire video without needing to delete anything off of my phone. And I have since transferred all of those clips to my iPad, because that's where I don't do very fancy editing. I just edit in iMovie, clip things out if I need to, add things in, whatever. So it's not super high tech over here. But I've taken all those videos off of my phone, so I cannot figure out what's going on. I did have an audiobook downloaded, but I generally have an audiobook downloaded and it doesn't seem to be an issue. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a deep dive once we're finished here, but I don't want to cut you guys off when we're so close to being finished. So we're just gonna push through. I guess I could talk to you guys about my Thanksgiving plans. I don't think I've actually spoken about that yet in the lead up to Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving morning, Stephen and I will just kind of chill at home. A family tradition of mine is cinnamon buns for Thanksgiving morning, so we'll probably do that. And then we're going to my dad's. I think we're having dinner at 1, which I know sounds a little crazy, but maybe not to everybody. So we're going to his house for 1. I'm bringing mashed potatoes and, like I mentioned before, making an apple pie. And then after that, we'll probably be there like an hour and a half, maybe. After that, we're going to Stephen's parents' house for Thanksgiving with his parents and his aunt and uncle. We're doing a non-traditional Thanksgiving this year. We're actually doing like sub platters and hors d'oeuvres, kind of. Stephen's aunt and uncle live pretty far out. I would say at least 45 minutes from his parents. And his uncle has a TBI. He had an accident when Stephen was young, and he has a traumatic brain injury. So, you know, like he's still able to, he's not in a assisted living or anything. He lives with his wife. But if you have ever been around somebody with TBIs, you know, they can get a little overwhelmed. And so it's just better if things aren't kind of like overwhelming for him, if that makes sense. So we're doing a simple Thanksgiving also, so they can kind of just leave when they need to leave, as opposed to, you know, having to wait for Thanksgiving dinner to be served and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be interesting. I will not lie to you. I've never had like a non-traditional Thanksgiving. Like I've always had a Thanksgiving dinner. So when Steven said that, I was like, wait, what? Like it's not going to be a Thanksgiving dinner? What do you mean? But if it's, you know, less stressful for everybody involved, then hi-ho, let's do it. I have asked, and I don't think they want me to bring anything, so I'll have to verify that before I do my Thanksgiving grocery order, but I don't think we're taking anything. And then we'll kind of just come home and chill. The nice thing is our Christmas decorations are already up. So we get to just come home from Thanksgiving. We're both off of work on Friday. We get to just hang out, and I'm excited for that. I think Steven and his dad are doing some work on a couple of things outside before the snow really starts coming. We are potentially due for a snowstorm. I've heard it mentioned a couple of times that we could have snow Thanksgiving night into Black Friday morning. I don't go Black Friday shopping anymore. I will probably, I can't even say I'm going to look for deals because most of the Black Friday deals have already been going on. But yeah, I'll just be home probably pre-filming daily videos for December, doing some diamond painting, and just kind of hanging out, enjoying the long weekend. So we do have a 4-day weekend, which is excellent. So yeah, that's kind of our Thanksgiving plan. Obviously, I will, well, I shouldn't say obviously. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am filming this pretty far out. I think I figured out what the problem was with the storage on my phone. So we have 2 colors left. Let's finish this freaking video. What I was going to say is I am filming this in advance, as I've said multiple times, but I'm not going to lie. I've had so many stinking clips. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said, but I don't know if I'm going to have anything on my wish list for Black Friday for Diamond Art Club. So we'll have to see. Like I mentioned earlier, as of now, there's nothing that I want or need. So maybe I won't be staying up for the diamond release. We'll see. I kind of hope I'm not, if I'm being honest with you guys. But anyway, hopefully I just fixed the problem. I ran out of dryer sheets. I will have to come back to that. Hopefully I just fixed the problem with my phone. I would be absolutely elated if we don't have to do this again in the future. So cross your fingers and your toes for me that going forward, I don't keep getting messages on my phone about storage, because honestly, guys, like I keep the bare minimum on my phone because I use it to film. It's something that I've toyed around with, is like buying a phone, like an Apple phone, or like an iPad mini maybe, that is just reserved for filming. I know that buying a phone would be such an extreme thing to do, but I don't want to use a camera. I love being able to airdrop between my phone to my iPad, edit on my iPad, upload on my iPad. I just like being able to do all of that stuff with Apple. I do have a MacBook for work, but I prefer not to use that for non-work related things. So maybe an iPad mini would be, food for thought. Anyway, we have finally finished kitting up this gosh darn diamond painting. So again, this is Christmas Ornaments. It's an Amazon exclusive Diamond Art Club. It's a 22.8 by 22.8. Here is the canvas again. Maybe you fast forwarded through the unboxing, but here's the canvas. This will be perfect to kind of get me through the last few days of the month. And I'm looking forward to working on it. It says, look at me, 4 finishes for November, which is very exciting. So despite this absolutely insane video, I can't imagine what this is going to look like once I get it all edited together. Apologies for all the cuts and breaks, and if I was like mid-thought and the video ended, I really do apologize for that. I will do my best and work very hard to make sure that this is all taken care of before I start my December videos. I try to make the viewing experience the best as I can for you guys, but sometimes stuff happens. So with that, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, I hope that you had a great Thursday. I hope everybody gets what they're looking for during the Black Friday sales, whether it's diamond painting wise or elsewhere. We're getting into a very exciting time of year for me. So I love the month of December. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Thank you for spending your Thanksgiving with me. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video for Post Review Friday. Hope to see you then. Bye.